got to talk about Shiba Inu today. As everybody knows, Shiba Inu has not done much within the last year. Bitcoin and Dogecoin and some other meme coins have been taking the shine. But the exact time that you would want to get into something like Shiba Inu that hasn't been doing anything for the last year is right before altcoin season or meme coin season. So it's nearing close to that time. As you can see, Shiba Inu is not that far from its lows, its previous lows from 2023. It's not that far from it. If you look at it, 5 zeros after that, after the decimal place, so 5Z698, 5Z7, that was like the low for Shiba Inu. Now Shiba Inu is at 4Z1300. So if you think about it, it's not that far from those lows, and now is probably the time to get in on it. Maybe a little bit later on. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But yeah, it could be a good time. And also, if the price does go a little bit lower, that just gives you a better discount. So I think right now Shiba Inu it's inside of a good space because for me personally, I like to look at the coins that have not ran yet this year, and Shiba Inu is one of them, right? And if you look at all of these different coins here, now Shiba Inu is at rank 23. It used to be up there with Dogecoin. So if Shiba Inu starts to ramp up again, what we'll end up seeing is it probably will get close to where Dogecoin is. It's literally no problem for Shiba Inu to get up to 30 million inside of market cap. Right now it's at 7.8 million. Well, 30 billion, and right now it's at 7.8 billion. So I think Shiba Inu is insanely undervalued right now. And one of the main reasons is the volume has been pretty low for Shiba Inu. Right now, you can see it's at 303 million. But if you look over here at the volume for something like Dogecoin, it's at 8.5 billion. So the money has to start flowing again inside of Shiba Inu. And I think that's where Shiba Inu lost its momentum, is because it lost a lot of the traders. A lot of people aren't trading Shiba Inu as much as they used to, and we're seeing a little bit less transactions as well. So I think if traders come back, then that is probably what's going to end up bringing Shiba Inu back up as well once we see more volume coming in and out of Shiba Inu. But one thing that you can't say about Shiba Inu is that the community is not still pushing it and working on it. As you can see, the burns are still very much alive. We're still getting a lot of burns here. So this is showing that people are still burning. That's not a lot in the last 24 hours. It's about $64 or something like that. But they're still burning. They're still doing burns. And on top of all of that, you can also see over here that we have all of the different exchanges still holding Shiba Inu as the top 10 holders, which is also a good thing. Like Upbit, they still have a lot of Shiba Inu. Robinhood, Crypto.com, Binance, and BitThumb. And Robinhood has multiple, and Binance has multiples also. So that's a good thing. And it kind of shows that, Shiba Inu is still alive. It's still alive. If these top exchanges didn't believe Shiba Inu was still alive, they would not be holding that much Shiba Inu still. Like, they're holding hundreds of millions of dollars in Shiba Inu because they know it's probably going to end up coming back. And those hundreds of millions is going to be billions. So you can see over here, like Robinhood themselves have almost a billion inside Shiba Inu. Like, that's a lot of money. So a lot of these different exchanges, they really got a lot of Shiba Inu. Upbit has the most inside of one single wallet at $687 million worth of Shiba Inu. Crypto.com has multiple wallets, almost totaling a billion. Binance has multiple wallets, possibly totaling a billion or somewhere close to that. So we're seeing a lot of different, you know, a lot of different exchanges still have a lot of Shiba Inu. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign that Shiba Inu is still alive and well, and people are still willing to buy and hold it, just because all of these different large exchanges are still holding it as well. So that is good. And the holders inside of Shiba Inu is at 1,522,405 holders. Some of the most holders inside of the crypto space. So that is good as well. And like I said, we just need volume to increase. Now, volume has been increasing because it says the volume is up 61.49% in the last 24 hours, 130.9% in the last 7 days. but it's still down 24.25% in the last 30 days. So we need to see more volume. Primarily, that's why we're not where we should be with Shiba Inu, is because the volume is still not where it should be. So yeah, we need to get back up here. But yeah, I like to look at coins that have not had the run in the last year. And Shiba Inu is one of those coins that haven't had a nice run inside of the last year. If you actually look at it, Shiba Inu is down 22.8% in the last year. And then you can compare it to something like Dogecoin. And obviously, I'm going to have to do the verification because they think I'm a robot. But if you compare Shiba Inu to Dogecoin inside the last year, I can tell you right now, Dogecoin isn't too far ahead of Shiba Inu, but Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is doing its thing. Dogecoin at 75.3% in the last year. So Dogecoin has been running. And that's why when I'm looking at coins that I want to buy, Shiba Inu is looking more attractive because it's close to that low range. Now, Bitcoin has just went crazy, 99.7% in the last year. But see, other meme coins have really been stealing the shine for Shiba Inu. Like you've seen a lot of different meme coins come up out of the woodworks. And that's part of the reason why Shiba Inu is not doing what it should be doing, because people are focusing on other meme coins. But the second Shiba Inu comes back into the crypto space, like a second people start paying attention to it over other coins, that's probably going to be when Shiba Inu starts to do its most damage. So these are the top meme coins right here. Right now we got Pepe. Pepe has a really huge volume, 5.8 billion in volume. And I just kind of want people to realize that. Look, Pepe has 5.8 billion in volume, but they only have 5.1 billion in market cap. And when you think about this, Pepe is ranked number 36, ranked number 36 amongst all cryptos, right? So how is Pepe ranked number 36, but they're doing better than Shiba Inu and have more volume than Shiba Inu? And Shiba Inu is ranked number 23. And Shiba Inu only has $303 million volume with 7.8 billion market cap. So Shiba Inu has more market cap but less volume than Pepe. But when you look over here at Pepe, it has more volume than Shiba Inu and less market cap. This just shows that the Shiba army and that the people in Shiba Inu are diehard Shiba Inu fans. They will not sell Shiba Inu. There's no trading going on, so Shiba Inu's price really is staying stagnant because the holders are holding it, but there's not enough. There's not enough hype for Shiba Inu. There's not enough hype. There's not enough people trading it. There needs to be hype for trading Shiba Inu. And that's kind of one of the things I want to bring back to Shiba Inu, because when I was making videos every single day on Shiba Inu, I'm not acting like I'm the reason why Shiba Inu was pumping. All right, that's not what I'm doing. Hey, I would do that. I would do that to y'all, but I'm not gonna do that. But look, when I was making videos every day on Shiba Inu, I remember like the volume was crazy. People were trading it like crazy. It wasn't nothing to see a 32% day inside of Shiba Inu. Like we used to have days like that, right? But inside the last year, uh, Pepe is up 39.2% or 32% in the last year. And then you can see in the last 7 days, 24.2%. Last 7 days, Shiba Inu up 15%. So Shiba Inu has been moving up in the last 7 days. But what we need to see is more volume. We need to see people trading it. And I kind of want to bring back these videos where I'm doing a daily technical analysis video to show people like different trades that they can take on Shiba Inu. So that's what I'm gonna start doing, is daily Shiba Inu videos so people can see trades that they can take, right? And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely do your own research. Don't trade just because I'm making videos. Like that'd be dumb, right? Definitely make your own decision. Now, another case study here of why we need more volume in Shiba Inu. She Bonk has 1.3 billion in 24-hour trading volume and only 2 billion inside of market cap, right? We have 7.8 billion inside of market cap and 300 million in trading volume. So when you look at this, Bonk is literally way below us. They're ranked number 58. They're ranked number 58 all the way down here. Look at Sheeb. Sheeb is all the way up here at 23, ranked 23, and then Bonk is all the way down here at, well, now they're at rank number 56. All right. Look, this is actually crazy because Bonk is a lot newer than Shiba Inu too. This is what I'm saying. Like the traders went to stuff like Bonk and Pepe. Traders are trading Bonk. They're trading Pepe. and they're also still trading Dogecoin, but they're not really trading Shiba Inu. We need traders to keep it alive. We only have 300 million in volume. See, this is the problem. Shiba Inu kind of moved away from that meme coin degen trader aspect of the market when they started doing stuff like we're creating Shibarium, we're releasing Bone, we're releasing Leash, we're releasing Treat, and we're creating an ecosystem. We want to be an actual crypto project. We don't want degen traders to take over our community. But the problem is the degen traders is what brings the volume, and that's what increases the market cap, and that's what brings us the gains that we want. So we need the degen traders to come back. We cannot shoo them away anymore. Degen traders must come back to Shiba Inu. Make Shiba Inu great again. This is the Build Back Better plan of Shiba Inu. All right, and the Build Back Better plan is bringing them degen traders back, and we need them. We need them. All right, we can't scare them away again. Now, Trump's coin. There's no way that Trump's coin can be doing better than us, but they are. Not in market cap, but in volume. The Trump coin has a 24-hour trading volume of $667 million. But look at how it's down in the last year. Honestly, even though they got more trading volume, they're not beating us, in my opinion. Like this Trump coin, I feel like it failed. It failed miserably. It has the potential to go back up, yes, but it launched at such a high price and it had so much hype that I think it's going to be very hard for them to beat that hype. It's going to be very hard to beat that type of hype, right? They had a day where they were like 40 billion inside of trading volume. Okay, and it's going to be extremely hard for them to beat that hype, right? But yeah, people are trading these other meme coins, and some people are even finding success not even trying to trade meme coins, but just trading regular coins, right? Just regular projects. And yeah, they're doing better, I guess there. But I feel like if they come back to Shiba Inu, they'll still be doing good. Like Dog with Hat, rank number 102, but they still have a higher trading volume than Sheep. A lot of these people also went to these Solana coins. That's really what it is. If you look at the Solana coins, like the Solana coins are dominating. They have massive trading volumes, and their trading volumes almost exceed their market cap, and they do exceed their market cap for some of the projects. So as you can see, Dog with Hat 631 million inside of 24-hour trading volume, but the market cap is only 1 billion. So we need to see more trading volume, right? I'm not gonna keep uh, beating a dead horse here, but hey, you guys know what I'm talking about. We need that trading volume. All right. Even Floki, come on. Look at Floki. Not even at a billion market cap, 234 million in trading volume, almost the same as us. We need that volume back. Let's get it. All right. Now, Shibarium. This is the daily scam alert. All right. I know this wasn't posted today, but it was posted like a whole week ago, 10 days ago. But hey, watch out for this. Exodus is never going to send you an email saying, hey, if you want to keep your wallet active, you must do this. And then they're going to try to have you connect. You're going to have to use some unique code and connect your wallet. Like, don't trust that. Never connect your wallet to anything. Nobody needs you to connect your wallet, right? That is pretty stupid. All right. Anyways, this is all I got for y'all for that. Now, like I said, I'm gonna do a daily technical analysis now on Shiba Inu, so we can do these trades, right? And let's just go ahead and break it down. Let's break it down, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do this, so you guys can also do your own thing. All right. Now, first things first, what you actually want to look at first is going to be your Fibonacci retracements. You're gonna want to set your Fibonacci retracements. So go ahead and take it from the swing high down to the swing low, and you can see all the way back here where that low was, and I just pretty much put it all the way down there to where the previous low was. Not even where this low is, but where the previous low is. And look, if I say, hey, I'm gonna take this to where this low is and not the previous, it's still gonna be a good Fibonacci. Because look at where the peaks are, right? Just take note of these peaks right here, right here, right here. Take note of where it gets rejected at all the levels. And then I can just put Control Z, and you can still see it's still fairly accurate. It just moves up another level. Okay. So you could either take it all the way down here to that previous low, or you can come back up here and you can take it to where we are at now. So, like I said, either down here to where we were previously, or you could take it up here, but it would be a lot more accurate if you take it to that previous all-time low for like the last few years, which was 2023, I believe. All right. So that's just, how you do it, all right? Or a little, that's just how I do it. Now, the next thing that you're probably going to end up wanting to do is setting your micro support and resistance, because what we have with the Fibonacci is your macro support and resistance. Like these are after big swings and big moves. Like we're probably not going to hit those anytime soon. So if you're like day trading or you're just doing a short term swing trade, what you're going to want to do is go to a lower time frame. And really, I'm not going to lie, I trade on the 5 minute chart. When I trade, I do 5 minute charts. But this is the 15-minute chart. You just want to pretty much look at all your previous highs and all your previous lows, right? Let's go ahead and put it on a little bit of a higher time frame. Let's put it on the 4 hour chart just to track those previous highs and previous lows. And then I come over here and I take the horizontal line, and I'm using TradingView, by the way. So this is a significant level because you can just kind of spot them out. We've had supports around this level. We've had resistance around this level, and it's always stopping around this level. So if we were to come back to a support, 4Z 1180 is going to be where we want to come back to. And also, you want to look at your RSI down here. The RSI was overbought on Shiba Inu. You can tell here it was overbought in this area, so it had to have a pullback, which is this. And then it kind of tried to come back, which is this. But if the RSI continues to go down, where do you think it's going to go? It's going to go to that support at 1180, and then you can go ahead and buy here and work your way up. So that is a good plan for a trade if it continues to pull back. I only take A1 setups, right? I ain't taking no A2 setups. Like I'm taking the setups that are almost guaranteed. If we come back to here, it's almost guaranteed that we come up. But if I say, hey, we might go back up here on the RSI, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy here. I'm not doing that because it's not guaranteed. All right. And you can't take a trade every day, right? You just can't. And then you got over here your MACD. And I like to use the MACD. And this is just how I trade. Everyone trades differently. I like to use the MACD. The MACD is still closer to that overbought territory, even though you see the red candlesticks here. These two lines should be down here already for the MACD for it to be oversold for us to know that we're going to have more purchasing coming in. Now, yes, it's possible for it to curve back up and stay overbought for a little bit longer and possibly get to 1594 or 1494, which is 4Z 1500. But I'm not waiting for that. Like I said, A1 setup. I wanted to pull back and come back there. And as we know, everything is going to want to follow Bitcoin. Each and everything wants to follow Bitcoin, right? And I've been doing Bitcoin technical analysis. Look at all of my previous videos. My last video predicted it very nicely. I made it right around here, and I'm like, look, guys, we're going to be coming back down here to this level. Be careful, and it did. And then the next thing that we're going to learn and look for, if we cannot break above 121K and continue to rise, and we can't continue that continuation, we're going to end up breaking this 119K support and then coming to 111K, because that's the last area where we had significant resistance for Bitcoin, 111K. We were stuck there for a bit. And then you can also look at it from this perspective as well. We might not go all the way down to 111K, but stop more so around like 117K. Because if you look at 117K, you can see we had nice support here. We kept hitting this support line, and then we finally broke above. So it's a possibility that we don't go all the way down to 111K, and we do stop at 116K. But the A1 setup tells you I will not settle for 116K. It must come back to 170, 117K if I'm going to buy the dip and make money off of that. So that's what that setup would tell me right there. And again, I'm going to be doing technical analysis like this every day with Shiba Inu, and I must show Bitcoin as well, because everyone knows that everything follows Bitcoin. So I must show that as well. So anyways, we have some levels right here that we're going to follow and that we're going to stay true to. And then we have the secondary support line that we're going to have to pay attention to before we even reach that one, because you can see we've hit that multiple times. And actually, I want to get it right on there. So I don't want it to be off by a little bit, because you already know how that is. And right there. Boom. All right. So we have this one here. You can see we've hit that as resistance multiple times. And you can see we've also used this one down here as support multiple times. So we just want to pay attention to those levels, right? And then we can also create some more. So where are our other levels at? And we can't just go by the ones that we see here. Like obviously these ones work, but you want to back test it to where it previously landed at. So you want to back test it and be like, hey, have we hit that level a lot before and used it as support and resistance? And when you come back here, you can kind of see we've used it a few times, like obviously here, like I just showed, and we've used it a few times for resistance, but this isn't as strong of a level, but it's definitely a level you want to pay attention to if you want to do more riskier trades and you just want to make money off of like quick reverses, then you can make money off quick reverses at this level. And that's what all of that shows, right? It hits this level and it bounces off of it pretty often, but it's not as strong as the ones down here. That's why I say the A1 setup tells you wait to either 1200 or 1180. I would get in at 12. I would get in at 1180. Well, 1200 is good enough. 1200 is good enough. You don't always have to buy it at the very bottom before it goes back up, right? That's just how I do it sometimes because I can be greedy sometimes. You never want to be greedy in trading. And look, we need trading to come back to Shiba Inu. Look right here. This is another level for Shiba Inu, and you can see it as a minor one because you can see we've reached it here. We reached it twice there, once there, and then it went down to the second one that I have below it. That's why I have that one just in case this one breaks. And then we have that support, that support, that support, and we just bounced off it again. So this is just some basic technical analysis, just how I do it. I do it manually. Some people they like to do other stuff. Like I like to put the RSI and the MACD there. Some people will put VWAP or VWAP, whatever you want to call it, and they just do a lot of different stuff, right? But me, I do a lot of different stuff, and then some people do the moving average. Um, but hey, everyone does something different. Everyone does something different. Now, another level that I'm kind of looking at here, but I'm not 100% sure about, would be this level right here. If we were to break this level, this would show that we would become more bullish because look, we did get rejected multiple times here at this level. This one right here is not really 100% confirmed, but you can see a little bit here. You can see a little bit here before it pulled back, a little bit here before it pulled back, and it hit this one multiple times before it actually broke out. So if we break out, it's probably going to be at that level. So that's just another one that I just now noticed. And then you can also look at more micro areas as well up here. And that's just based off of those. And if you back test it, you can go over here to the 4-hour chart and you always want to back test. So when we back test, we see for the one below it, it comes here for a resistance and it gets rejected, almost taps it there. And then we get a little bit, but not confirmed here. And then we get a confirmed one up here with the one I just drew. Confirmed here, and this one touched there for support. So very, very simple. Very, very simple. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think we need more volume inside of Baby Doge? And do you think trading is going to help with us increasing in our price? This is pretty much all I got for y'all today. And also, you can also pretty much make one up here too. I didn't back test it because I didn't really think that one's too important, but we can look at that one and back test it. So do we have levels all the way up here? Possibly, but it's not like a definite area of resistance. Even though we did get rejected at that area, it's not something that I would really be looking at. But yeah, this is just if you're doing short little day trades slash swing trades, you can easily do something like that. Like for instance, as this was going down, you could have been like, all right, am I going to go buy this or am I going to wait till it comes down to the next level? Could have waited for it to come down to the next level. And if you really, really want to get into the nitty gritty and you want to do micro, like micro, we're already at micro supports, right? But if you want to do micro supports, this could have been a good one right here. And you could have known that by seeing that it hit this area before and back here just a little bit. Like these are areas where it's like, all right, now you're really being risky here, but you can clearly see that this does happen a lot. All right. So just a little bit of a demonstration of what it would look like while you're like your percentages on something like this. From here to here would not be a big trade, right? That would be a 100 or not 100, a 1.3% inside of gains trade. So these type of trades, you don't really make much money unless you're trading with much money, right? Like you have $10,000 times 1 point or times 0.013, you got $130 right there, right? With $10,000, that would have been $130 trade. So it's like quick like that though. Like that's literally within seconds. Like from 12:10 p.m. all the way to 12:50 p.m., you would have made $130. So wouldn't have been a full hour, it would have been 40 minutes, and then you made $130 off of $10,000. And then so on and so forth, depending on how much money you're trading with. But yeah, this is what a lot of traders do. A lot of traders do these little small trades and they trade with a lot of money. That's why you see huge transactions like $100,000 on something like that. And that would have been a $1,300 trade inside of 40 minutes. And if they can keep making trades like that, and also like when it dropped down here, that would have been a good time to buy. They would have been able to make a little bit off of this one as well. Another 1.3% gain. So they could have did it on that as well. And that's why you see people with lots of money doing these little $100,000 trades like every other hour or every hour or two. And it's because they're making like cool $1,300, $1,000 here, $1,000 there. It adds up. It adds up. But yeah, you gotta have a lot of money for that. But yeah, we need to make Shiba Inu great again, and we need more trading volume. All right, this is all I got for y'all today. I just felt like I needed to bring this to your attention that we need that trading volume. All right. And do not go trading because I'm talking about it. Don't just go trading because I'm talking about it. This is for actual traders that are looking at this like, I do see opportunity here. Right. Actual traders. Like, don't just jump right into it because you're gonna lose your money probably because you can't just watch one video and then be like, hey, I'm a pro now. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I go off price action. If I see the price action is relatively bullish, then I'm waiting for it to hit one of these supports. And like I said, I wouldn't have even bought in here at this one because it's not strong enough. So I'm waiting for it to hit a stronger support and then I'm buying. This one right here, I would have been like, last time it hit this level, big purchase, a big increase in price, right? So that would have been a nice one right there. And then last time it hit this level, it was a nice return. So that would have told me, hey, another nice return. If we continue to go down, this level right here is pretty nice too, 1280. And then you also have the one all the way down here. That's the better one at 1200 if you want to do more of a swing trade rather than a small day trade. So you could buy here and then you could hold it for the next week or two, maybe even next month. And we'll probably be back up here. And these are the bigger trades that really make people a lot more money. This is a 15, really a 16% trade right here. So just going down from this support all the way up to this resistance, we're looking at 16% there. So that is very, very good. With $1,000, that's $160 of a trade right there. With $10,000, that's $1,600. With $100,000, that's $16,000. With $1,000,000, that's $160,000. So that's a good trade when you start putting more money in. At least 10,000. Like if you don't have at least 10,000 and not comfortable trading, it almost isn't worth it. So it is what it is. But yeah, this is all I got for y'all today. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Do your own research. Don't go taking trades just because I'm talking about it. But yeah, something Shiba Inu does need is trading. And that is it. We need volume. Anyways, I'll be back with another video.